Okay, this is my first video with my voice, and it feels weird. Anyways, this is every redstone component in Bedrock Edition of Minecraft. So, first we have redstone dust. It can go 15 blocks long. As you can see, it stops at 15. And if it runs into a block, it soft powers it. And stuff like redstone lamps and repeaters and stuff can take redstone signals out of it, but redstone cannot. And repeaters can extend that signal by another 15. And you can set it to 4 ticks if you want. And if you run a repeater into the side of another repeater and then activate it, it will lock that repeater and it will not change, like will not activate, as you can see. Or if it was already activated, then you do that, it won't turn off. So that's also pretty cool. And yeah, so buttons. Stone buttons gives a 10 tick redstone output. As you can see, that's 10 ticks. And a wooden button gives 15 ticks. And you can activate it with projectiles. Fire, oh yeah, that doesn't. Then the redstone torch. It powers the block above it. So if I put a block here, and as you can see, it activates. And also it can turn off if you're on a redstone, any redstone signal into the block it's on. And if you power it on and off too fast, it will just shut off. So yeah. Now to the comparator. So first we have the normal compare mode. What this will do is it compares the back signal. As you can see, if I just put in a signal strength of 11, it will output a signal strength of 11. And if I'll activate this, if I'll do 11, it will just stay. If I'll do higher, oh wait, if I'll do a higher signal, it will also just stay at 11. But if I do a lower than 11, so let's say 10, it will turn off. So yeah, that's just the compare mode, and then we have subtraction mode. What this does, it just, as the name says, it subtracts. If I put in 9 here, and then minus 5, well, I'll put 4. And obviously, if I do 9 minus like 10, will be minus 1, and it won't output anything. So yeah. And it can also take signals from chests or any container that has items inside it. You can also do that through blocks. through full blocks, not glass or anything. And depending on how full the container is, the redstone signal will travel further. And subtraction mode won't do anything to that. And here's all the items that it can take signals out of. So chests, hoppers, dispensers, droppers, hopper minecart and chest minecart, item frames. If you turn it, it goes up to 8 signal strength. And then portal blocks and music, uh, no blocks, cauldrons up to 3 levels, and so it only goes 3 blocks wide. Also end portal only gives 2 signal strength. And composter has 7 levels, and then also just when it like turns to bone meal, however you call it, so it's 8. And then lectern, depending on which side you're on, up to 15 signal strength. And then brewing stand gives up to 9, I think, 3 per bottle. And furnace, respawn anchor, and I mean, I'm too lazy for that, but it can also take signal out of that. And finally, the skulk sensor, but we'll get to that later. Then the hopper just puts items into the container that it's pointing at. As you can see, that's just the speed. And if I activate the hopper, it will not work anymore. Like, yeah, the items should stay in here. If I unflip, just keep, yeah. And the trapped chest, it will power the block underneath it and just give a redstone signal in all sides, in all directions, as you can see. The piston, so it takes like, I think 2 to 3, it's pretty random on Bedrock, but I think it takes 2 ticks to activate and, yeah, retract. And then sticky pistons, they can block stick to them, and not the normal pistons. And even though it's not visually, even though you can't visually see it, redstone, it's not a full block, so redstone signals can go up there. I don't know why that's a visual glitch, but yeah. Slime and honey blocks, they both stick to blocks, but not to each other. Oh, the observer, it detects just any like block update and gives just a 1 tick pulse. And it will power the block in front of it. Then the dispenser and the dropper. The dispenser can place blocks in front of it, and the dropper will just spit it out. But the dropper can put stuff into a container, so if I click the button, I just put slime balls in there. But for the dispenser, that doesn't work. It will just spit it out. And it's the only solid block that an observer can detect if it gets activated. So that's really useful for redstone. Daylight sensor just detects if it's day, and it can also do night mode. And obviously it's noon currently, so it will output 15 blocks. Oh, if I just set it to like, I don't know, sunrise. Come on. As you can see, it will just output 2 levels, and if I put in 9, yeah. And the daylight sensor will just give a redstone signal in all sides. And then the fellow target block. It is the only solid block that can redirect a redstone and not get activated. And that's really useful. The redstone block is basically just a power block. There's not really more to it. Then the detector rail just gives 10 tick balls, I think, if any minecart goes over it. Then the tripwire hook will power the block it's on and just, yeah, around it for 5 ticks. And then the jukebox will give a redstone signal while a disc is playing, and no block basically does nothing except music on Bedrock. And then the lightning rod. We decided to thunder. It just powers the block it's on, and just the blocks that are on the side get a basic redstone signal. And yeah, I don't know why you would do that. Then pressure plates. They'll power the block underneath it and just give a redstone signal in all directions. Stone pressure plates and wood pressure plates just give off 10 tick redstone signal, and you can also activate wooden pressure plate with entities. If I throw something on it, boom. And then there's gold and iron pressure plates. They will count how many entities. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. They will count how many entities are on it. And iron is heavy and gold is light. So if one entity is on it, it will output 1 single strength and 2, all the way up to 15. And iron, yeah, 1, 11, 21, all the way up to 141. Madness. And now the skulk sensor. Yeah, will give a redstone signal in all directions for 20 ticks. So just basic, if you just have it like this, it will detect how close or far away the signal is. So if it 8 blocks away, not make any noise, it will output signal strength of 1, 7 blocks 2, and there. And at 15, it's just if you're right on top of it, so 0 blocks away. And then if you put a comparator there, it gets a whole lot more complicated. Basically, there's different sound types, and I'm not gonna show all of them in this video, just the most basic ones. You can see the wiki for the whole list. And so walking just gives off redstone signal of 1. I can actually walk. And jumping or just taking fall damage counts as single strength of 5. But of course, if you sneak and jump, for some reason it doesn't. And opening doors or activating levers or buttons gives off a signal strength of 12, and closing doors or deactivating levers or buttons gives off a signal strength of 10. And then breaking blocks gives off a signal strength of 13, and placing blocks signal strength of 12. Oh, and here's something fun I found out. So if you put a minecart on the detector rail, and you push it, the piston, and then retract it, it will just stay activated. Like, what? If I put a minecart back up, it just will stay active. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's basically all the redstone components in Bedrock Edition.